Hi, Meishan. Today we're going to read a book called Jessie's Hill by Anne Harth. Jessie pushed his bike into the driveway. Can I come to the zoo, Dennis? Can you ride to the top of the hill? His brother asked. His friends were ready to go. Jessie looked up at the steep hill. I think I can, he said. Let's go. Dennis and his friends rode away. Jessie jumped on his bike. He pedaled as hard as he could. He passed Mrs. Johnson's house. His legs were shaky. He passed Peter Potter's house. It was hard to breathe. He was hot. He stopped in front of the yellow house. Jessie, Dennis called from the top of the hill. Jessie looked up. When you can ride to the top, you can come. Jessie stamped his foot. His brother disappeared over the hill. The next day, Jessie tried again. He jumped on his bike. He pedaled as hard as he could. He passed Mrs. Jennings' house. He passed Peter Potter's house. His legs were shaky. It was hard to breathe. He was hot, but he passed the yellow house too. Jessie tried to ride up the hill every day. His legs were shaky, and it was hard to breathe, but every day he rode a little farther. It was Saturday morning. Jessie pushed his bike into the driveway. Dennis and his friends were leaving. Where are you going? Jessie said. Dennis stopped. We're going to the zoo. Can I come? Can you ride to the top of the hill? Watch me. Jessie jumped on his bike. He pedaled as hard as he could. He rode past Mrs. Jennings' house. He rode past Peter Potter's house. He rode past the yellow house. His legs weren't shaky. He pedaled harder. Go, Jessie, you can do it, Dennis and his friends cheered. He pedaled harder. He passed 3 more houses. He was almost to the top of the hill. His legs were shaky. It was hard to breathe. Jessie was hot, but he didn't stop. His bike slowed down. It wobbled, but he kept moving. Jessie stood on his pedals and pushed. He reached the top. He looked down at Dennis and his friends. They were puffing and panting. They rode up the hill. Dennis patted Jessie on the back. Do you want to come to the zoo? He said. Jessie grinned. That was a good story. Let's think for a minute. The story's main idea is Jessie practiced until he could bike up that hill. The lesson is what? What did you get from that? What makes Dennis a good big brother? How did Jessie finally get up the hill? All right, well, we'll read again later. Bye bye.